The 7th place Dolphins are currently in control of their destiny for the AFC playoff picture, and honestly, I won't be shocked if they hang on to it and go even further.
Perfect.
Earlier this offseason, I did exercise some optimistic caution about the Miami Dolphins because there were obviously a number of new factors in the way, but those new factors have absolutely led to the overhauling success that the Miami Dolphins have currently seen so far this season. Starting off, first things first, the new head coaching hire in Mike McDaniel, the former offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers, has really brought in a lot of that stability and brought a lot of also innovation that these Miami Dolphins really needed, especially on the offensive side of the football. Now, one of the first moves that he did this offseason, bringing in absolute stud superstar wide receiver, formerly of the Kansas City Chiefs, Tyreek Hill, to add to this already very interesting and very strong passing attack that featured budding superstar Jalen Waddle coming off of his rookie year. With a number of other weapons introduced to the offense, Mike McDaniel also brought a couple of running backs over from that run-heavy 49ers offense to acclimate and work very well into his existing schemes in Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson later on during the season. So, all those weapons included around quarterback Tua Tagovailoa so far has breeded nothing but success for the Miami Dolphins. And as far as statistics go, Tua Tagovailoa has absolutely benefited, is leading the NFL in passer rating, is top 10 in passing, I want to say he's top 10 passing yards right now. He has a number of really good statistics, tied for 5th in passing touchdowns as well, with only 5 interceptions on his stat sheet so far this season. Tua Tagovailoa, the former top 5 overall pick for these Miami Dolphins just a couple of seasons ago, has a head coach that believes in him, has an offense that tailors incredibly well to his skill set, with some amazing wide receivers that have absolutely just given this offense an extra dimension, and an offensive line that's blocking, I'll say it, pretty well for him. The Miami Dolphins offense absolutely carrying the load here, as the defense is, kind of mediocre at best. One of the top 10 rushing defenses in the NFL, but everywhere else in the defense, as far as scoring or secondary or yardage in general, not necessarily amazing, but sufficient enough for them to hang in these games, and even if they're shootouts, compete heavily with them. So, we've already talked about Tua. Let's mention again that star wide receiver that they added, Tyreek Hill, right now second in the entire NFL in receptions, targets, and yards, behind only the prolific Justin Jefferson, respectively. They've really been back and forth so far this entire season as to who's leading pretty much all of those categories. So Tyreek Hill playing like one of the best wide receivers in the entire NFL right now. And again, opposite of Jalen Waddle, who's playing very well respectively, and among another of other wide receivers within this Dolphins offense. So the addition of Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, amazing wide receiver duo for quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. The offense absolutely carrying the load here for these Miami Dolphins, and right now in control of their destiny at the 7th seed within the AFC East as well. If I'm not mistaken, 2nd place in the division. The New England Patriots, unfortunately, and as a Patriots fan, it sucks to watch, but fumbled the bag heavily against the Las Vegas Raiders. A botched touchdown call aside, the backwards lateral did them no favors, and with the rest of their schedule, the 8th place New England Patriots right now do not look like a playoff threat. I think Sunday Night Football consider them a 22% chance to make the playoffs at all, and with the Bengals, the Buffalo Bills, and the Miami Dolphins on their schedule, I just don't think it's going to happen. But inversely, looking at the Miami Dolphins, they have remaining the Green Bay Packers, whose offense has been pretty unstable so far this season, especially on the passing attack side of things. The New York Jets, who quarterback situation wise has just not looked fruitful at all pretty much the entire season. The main position holding that very, so far very strong progressing team of the New York Jets back quarterback play. And then the New England Patriots, the entire offense really has just been lackluster, to say the least. Ramondre Stevenson aside, pretty much the entire Patriots offense has just looked well, pretty boring and pretty conservative, and like Matt Patricia doesn't know obviously how to be a offensive coordinator or a, you know, creative or innovative play caller. So if I look at all those matchups, I'm taking the Miami Dolphins in every single one of them. I think the Miami Dolphins have a much better offense. Even if it's a shootout, I think the Dolphins are prepared and well equipped enough to come out on top. And looking ahead to the rest of the AFC playoff picture, you have a lot of high octane offenses around the rest of the AFC as well. But when it comes to the rest of the AFC playoff picture, there's only a few teams really that hang with these Miami Dolphins in scoring. It's the Cincinnati Bengals, the Buffalo Bills, and of course the Kansas City Chiefs. The rest of the field, in my opinion, is completely open game, open territory. These Miami Dolphins could be very interesting and very compelling if they, again, just secure and hold on to that 7th seed in the playoff window. So, all of that to say, I think the Miami Dolphins could very well be in store for a very successful, maybe even a little bit of a surprising playoff run, even if they remain at the 7th seed, because like I just said, I think they can hang in there with pretty much anybody in the NFL, especially in the offensive side of things, as long as the defense comes to play, does its job, and, you know, keeps things pretty much interesting. These Dolphins are going to be right in the mix pretty much the rest of the way. Moving on to the latter half of the video, let's move into our picks. We're going to have a really interesting week this week. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to all of my viewers who are looking forward to some football this upcoming weekend. Pretty much a little bit of a tweaky schedule. You still have your Thursday night football matchups, which we're going to start off with here. The Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Jets. Jets, again, just a tumultuous quarterback situation. Trevor Lawrence, these last 4 games, has absolutely been balling. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then we have a major slate of games for Saturday on Christmas Eve, okay? So the Buffalo Bills and the Chicago Bears starting things off there. Give me the Buffalo Bills in that matchup. The New Orleans Saints going into Cleveland to take on the Browns. Give me the Browns in that one. The Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans, taking the Titans pretty naturally. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. So far, this could be a pretty interesting matchup, but I'm still going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. In my opinion, right now, they're the best team in the AFC, so I'm not going to shy away from them. The New York Giants taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Give me the Vikings coming off of that amazing comeback victory against the Colts this past weekend. I mean, Kirk Cousins, the Minnesota Vikings, again, they just keep finding ways to win. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the New England Patriots. I think this is basically where New England gets kicked effectively out of the playoff picture. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals in that matchup. The Detroit Lions, red hot Detroit Lions right now taking on the Carolina Panthers. Give me the Lions in that matchup. Atlanta Falcons taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson could very well be back for that game. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens. They're still in the playoff picture. I think they probably will be by the end of things. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy still playing sturdy. Give me the 49ers. That was a bad pun, I apologize. And the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Dallas Cowboys as Jalen Hurts, is dealing with a bit of a shoulder issue. He may not be playing in that matchup. So right now, as it stands, I'm going to take the Cowboys in that one. And then Saturday night football, the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers in that matchup, in a game that I don't know how many people are ecstatic for. Then your Sunday slate, pretty short and sweet and simple. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Give me the Miami Dolphins. After all, this is a Miami Dolphins-centered video. The Denver Broncos taking on the LA Rams. Give me the Denver Broncos. I think Russell Wilson may be back for that game. And the Rams, even though I want to root for them, they just don't quite have it going for them right now, if I'm being really honest and realistic. Then the Sunday night football matchup, Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that matchup, and a win they absolutely need. And with no Kyler Murray, I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry. Give me the Tom Brady and company. And then Monday night football to round out your week, it's going to be the LA Chargers taking on the Colts. Give me the LA Chargers. Thank you so much for watching the video. Of course, feel free to stick around, watch some more content, like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, get the bell on to know every single time I'm dropping a video. My name's Tristan Blake Rines. Catch you in the next one. Adios.